Welcome to our video where we'll be talking about Haqq, a high-throughput, proof-of-stake blockchain that's fully interoperable and compatible with Ethereum. Haqq is built using the Cosmos SDK and runs on top of Tendermint Core consensus engine. It is designed to run vanilla Ethereum as a Cosmos application-specific blockchain, which enables developers to have all the desired features of Ethereum while benefiting from Tendermint's POS implementation. In this video, we will discuss some of the key features of Haqq, including Web3 and EVM compatibility, high throughput via Tendermint Core, horizontal scalability via Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol, IBC, and fast transaction finality. Web3 and EVM compatibility. Haqq allows developers to leverage the existing Ethereum ecosystem tooling and software to seamlessly deploy smart contracts that interact with the rest of the Cosmos ecosystem. It is fully compatible with the Ethereum Virtual Machine, EVM, which is a runtime environment for smart contracts in Ethereum. Haqq implements Tendermint Core's Application Blockchain Interface, ABCI, to manage the blockchain and leverages modules and other mechanisms implemented by the Cosmos SDK. It also utilizes Geth as a library to avoid code reuse and improve maintainability. Haqq exposes a fully compatible Web3 JSON RPC layer for interacting with existing Ethereum clients and tooling, such as MetaMask, Remix, and Truffle. High throughput via Tendermint Core. Haqq enables high throughput via Tendermint Core consensus engine, which ensures that the same transactions are recorded on every machine in the same order. Tendermint Core is a blockchain consensus engine that can host arbitrary application states. Since Tendermint can replicate arbitrary applications, it can be used as a plug-and-play replacement for the consensus engines of other blockchains. Horizontal scalability via IBC. Haqq enables horizontal scalability via the Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol, IBC, which allows the exchange of value with the rest of the Cosmos ecosystem. The IBC protocol enables secure communication between separate blockchains, allowing them to interact and transact with each other. Fast transaction finality. Haqq provides fast transaction finality, which means that once a transaction is included in a block, it cannot be reversed. This makes it ideal for applications that require quick confirmation of transactions, such as payment systems and financial applications. Haqq also enables EVM compatibility by implementing various components that together support all the EVM state transitions while ensuring the same developer experience as Ethereum. For instance, it implements Ethereum transaction format as a Cosmos SDK TX and message interface, Ethereum's SEC256K1 curve for the Cosmos keyring, StateDB interface for state updates and queries, and JSON RPC client for interacting with the EVM. Haqq exposes gRPC endpoints, and REST, for all the integrated Cosmos SDK modules, making it easier for wallets and block explorers to interact with the proof-of-stake logic and native Cosmos transactions and queries. The Haqq blockchain provides Ethereum developers with the ability to deploy their smart contracts to the Haqq EVM and get the benefits of a fast finality proof-of-stake, POS, chain. Developers can also benefit from highly reliable clients from testnets can be used to test and deploy their contracts. Haqq will also offer built-in interoperability functionalities with other Cosmos and Byzantine fault tolerance, BFT, chains by using IBC. Developers can benefit from using a bridge network to enable interoperability between mainnet Ethereum and Haqq. The EVM module, aka X/EVM, packaged inside Haqq can be used separately as its standalone module, which can be added as a dependency to any Cosmos chain, enabling smart contract support. Importing the EVM module can also. Thank you for your attention. You can find more detailed information in the links below the video.